A once feared command center is now a room full of flashing red indicators and failing systems. The leader at the center is realizing in real time that his orders no longer carry any weight. He faces a total strategic collapse on two fronts. Iranian forces are relentlessly battering his positions, while a chaotic secondary issue, the F-stand file, has spun completely out of control. The humiliation is total. The entire global community is now openly mocking his inability to maintain order, treating his supposed authority like a punchline. Looking for someone to blame, the boss traces the decline back to a single hire. He notes that the precise moment this lackey joined the organization was the exact moment their reign of terror died. Geopolitical clout is only as strong as the fear it projects. A boss who inspires zero fear is a boss who has already lost. Then the board shifts. The world's most volatile, highly armed dictator, Kim Jong-un, officially aligns himself with the Iranian faction. This sudden alliance triggers immediate, raw panic. The boss knows standard diplomatic channels and subtle negotiations are utterly useless against a leader with this specific psychological profile. Out of options, the boss issues a desperate directive. He orders his lackey to get the dictator on the phone, aggressively intimidate him, and demand he break his alliance with Iran immediately. When a regime possesses exactly zero actual leverage, a loud, unbacked bluff becomes the only tool left in the box. The secure line to Pyongyang opens. This moment requires extreme operational discipline to succeed, but the negotiation collapses immediately. The lackey bypasses protocol, addressing the supreme leader with a crude, fat-shaming street insult. He follows up with a hostile demand, aggressively questioning why the dictator is so intent on destroying their operations just to support the Iranian faction. It is an astounding display of recklessness. A low-level subordinate is issuing a direct ultimatum to a nuclear-armed head of state, commanding him to abandon his strategic allies on the spot. Incompetent delegation transforms a delicate strategic bluff into a direct, unmanageable provocation. Retaliation is no longer a possibility, it is a guarantee. On the other end of the line, the dictator pauses. He is actively processing the sheer, unearned audacity of the disrespect coming through his earpiece. He translates this maneuver into street logic, demanding if he had harassed the lackey's family to warrant being spoken to like a common thug. The dictator's fuse is short. He refuses to be screamed at by powerless nobodies who have no actual standing on the global stage. He abandons the rhetoric entirely. He promises immediate physical violence, ordering the lackey to stay exactly where he is right now, because he is coming over to settle this in person. Driven by a bruised ego, the lackey makes a fatal error. He boldly dares the dictator to show up, failing to comprehend that the threat is literal. The wildcard archetype does not adhere to standard rules of deterrence. They answer verbal slights with disproportionate, apocalyptic physical action. Inside the war room, they falsely assume their aggressive posturing actually forced the dictator to back down. They wait in a silence born of pure delusion. Reality arrives with enough force to tear a reinforced steel door off its hinges. The dictator physically breaches the inner perimeter, proving the total failure of the boss's strategy. The high-tech tactical environment is systematically destroyed in seconds as the dictator tears through the facility looking for the man who insulted him. He establishes absolute dominance, hunting down the buffalo's child who dared to scream at him. The supposedly tough command center dissolves into sheer, uncoordinated panic. In the realm of raw power dynamics, overwhelming physical capability will always obliterate a theoretical bluff. The moment the dust settles, the boss commits a cowardly act of betrayal. He throws his own lackey to the wolves, blaming him entirely for starting a fight they couldn't win. He realizes his faction has been stripped of its remaining dignity, forced into a corner they can't negotiate their way out of. Desperate and humiliated, he asks one final question. Why does this specific dictator go out of his way to destroy them at every single turn? The lackey provides the devastating answer. The dictator attacks them because he enjoys the show. He likes watching them grovel and perform for their lives. They launch into a pathetic, rapid-fire chorus of apologies, completely surrendering their remaining pride just to survive the encounter. Projecting power without actual strength provides nothing but free entertainment for the true apex predators of the global neighborhood.